If it wasn't for you, I'd just be another bloke sitting here like...
Hello and welcome to O2 Inside Line live on the old Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Today we have a very, very special guest with us. Let's take a look in the green room and see who's going to be joining us. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one, the only, Anthony Watson. Come on, Anthony. Anthony Watson, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, my man? Yeah, good to see you. All right, let's take a look at what makes Anthony Watson so lethal on the field. Anthony, absolute pleasure to have you with us in the O2 Blueroom.
Thank you, thank you.
Watching that highlight reel, as brief as it is, how does it make you feel?
It makes me gutted a little bit that I'm not out there playing today, but I just got to trust the process and know that I'll be back soon.
Now, if I had a show reel like that, showing my strength, my stamina, my physical ability, I would have that on a loop in my hallway. So that when people walked into my house, would you say, oh, just stop, take a minute, take your coat off, take your shoes off, put the slippers on and just have a look at this video, please, before you enter my mansion.
Can't be doing that, me, no.
Are you not that kind of person?
No way, impossible.
Well, everything that you've won in rugby, where's all your medals? Where's all your trophies? Where are all your game shirts? What do you do with all that?
My mum actually has all my stuff. She's got every single shirt that I've worn for England, and she's got my Six Nations trophy and stuff like that. So it's for safekeeping, I think. I don't think she trusts me to keep it in my house.
When you did have it in your house, did you drink from it?
It's never actually been in my house.
Oh, Anthony, come on!
I don't trust myself. I'll lose it, or someone will take it, or something.
You should cherish those rewards because you put in so much hard work and hard graft to achieve what you do on and off the field that you deserve to kind of relish in it. Let's talk about these Quilter internationals. First game in a couple of hours against South Africa. Let's talk about that team first because everyone knows that South Africa are just physical specimens.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, their back row today is particularly strong, with Vermeulen, Whiteley and Khaleesi. But I think, someone a little bit left field that guys don't know about is their fullback today, Damien Willemse. I think he's only got 3 or 4 caps, but he's a great counter-attacking fullback. So, for us, our kicking game will have to be on the money because, if you give him free rein to run the ball back, he's pretty electric. So,
let's talk about your injury, though. Recovery, how's it going?
Yeah, it's getting there. And Achilles is a tougher injury to come back from quickly. So I'm just trying to take my time and make sure that my Achilles is strong enough to deal with, everything that comes with playing rugby.
Now, I know that in your downtime, because you're injured, you said earlier on when we had a chat, we made a podcast earlier on, which will be available very, very soon through all your usual channels. You said that you spent a lot of time in the gym, and you can tell because never before has Anthony Watson had guns like that. Hey, come on. Wow, you've had some spare time on your hands. A lot of curls, my friend.
Yeah, a lot of upper body weights, some lower body weights as well. As I said, I'm just trying to maximise this opportunity as much as I can, and that involves spending a lot of time in the weight room.
You spend also a lot of time with the club because you don't want to separate yourself, even though you're injured. You don't want to separate yourself from your teammates, do you?
No, it's massively important, not only for myself but for the team to stay in that environment and show that I care, and just try and help out as much as possible, whether that's through reviewing previous games or previewing the opposition that's to come. Just giving a different opinion to the rest of the squad, and just trying to help out as much as possible whilst I'm not able to do that on the field is definitely something I've been trying to do.
Wearing the England jersey is a real proud moment in any athlete's career, no matter what sport you're playing. What will the players be thinking? What do players go through a couple of hours before they walk through the Twickenham gates?
I think everyone's different. Some guys get massively nervous. Some guys... not anymore, to be honest with you. I just feel like, if you've done everything to prepare yourself as best as possible, Monday through to Friday, then there's no reason to be nervous on a Saturday. You've done everything you can. You've just got to let the rest unfold. The guys who are getting their first cap or something, it's a new experience for them. They might be nervous, but it's about the senior guys trying to help those guys through the nerves, which I'm sure they will do. Guys like Owen and Dylan and stuff, they'll be on top of that. So it's an unbelievable experience. I remember my first cap. It was a very special day.
Do you think that those young players, the players that will not have experienced anything like this before, do you think those mature, those captains, those regular names in the England squad will really help those guys out today? And what happens? How do they do that? Yeah,
without a shadow of a doubt. They'll do it through making sure that their preparation's right in the week, because if you get your preparation right, then the Saturday it just happens. And then, just things like coming into camp. For me, Danny Care was massive for me, just making me feel at home in camp, being nice to me, making sure that I wasn't eating on my own or anything. And just little things, that just makes you feel part of the group. And once you're part of the group and comfortable, you can just go about your business and go to work.
Eddie's got a great mix of youth and maturity, I would say, in this squad. Do you think it's a nice balance?
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously had a lot of injuries as well.
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely a great blend. The older heads are, they're very focused, but they help out the younger boys, especially when, standards or something start to slip. They're straight on it, and I think that's what's so special about the group we've got, is that we're able to maintain those standards because we've got guys who have so many caps, and we've got guys who are younger who are coming through who are obviously massively talented.
Now, speaking of maturity and a lot of game experience, I just want to introduce you to this young gentleman here. What's your name, where you're from, and tell Anthony how old you are?
My name's David, from Sittingbourne in the glorious country of Kent, county of Kent. And I play for Sittingbourne, which is a local team.
Still plays Vets Rugby at 71.
And I play Vets Rugby now and then, and I sometimes have the odd run out in a third team if they're desperate.
So that's the kind of maturity you need in a squad. Solid. Still playing at 71. You won't be playing at 71 because
Absolutely.
You want to get into the petrochemical industry, don't you?
That's right. 100%.
Anthony's going back to college after football, after rugby. I'm really looking forward to seeing you at the Freshers Disco, Anthony. That'd be hilarious.
I'll be at the front of the class, mate, on my own, 100%.
We've got some questions from people, I do believe, in the O2 Blueroom. Are you ready, Anthony? Because these can be weird, they can be wonderful, but they can also give us a real insight into you, the player. So this one's from Kelly from Canterbury. She says, how do you keep motivated when you've got an injury?
I think for me, being injured is not the easiest thing, especially mentally, but you've got to try and look at it as an opportunity, and the opportunity I have is to develop things that I wasn't able to do whilst I'm playing week in,
Bicep
week out.
curls.
Exactly. Bicep curls, bench press, squats. But stuff in the weight room and stuff off the field as well, like watching rugby, watching different teams, seeing how they play, seeing how they're effective, and just trying to learn more so that when I do come back, I'm a better player in person because of it.
Do you get given film? Do you use Huddle in that software at club rugby when you're playing? Do England use that as well?
Yeah, we use one called Sports Code. So the analysts for Bath and England will send me stuff through to watch, whether it's a team's kick counter or their set piece strike moves, stuff like that. I just get sent it and I have a look through it and see what I can learn and pick up from there.
It's great how big an impact technology has on sport these days. How do your eating habits change when you're not playing? That's from James from Balham.
I've had to change a lot. The first probably month that I was injured, my diet hadn't changed too much, so towards the end of the week I was still eating rubbish, which you can get away with kind of when you're playing, because on a Saturday you're going to burn it all off. But I was doing that whilst I was cooped up in bed in a cast, so after about a month I'd put on a little bit of timber, unfortunately. So when I got back to the club and they measured my body fat, I had to swiftly change things around.
Was that a firm slap on the wrist?
I think that's an understatement, yeah.
Right, okay. Which player has the worst taste in music? That's from Elliot in Surrey. Let's talk about Bath first, and then we'll do England.
We've actually got some good guys at Bath, to be fair. Any of the backs, anyway. Cooper Vuna is very good. Benno Urbano is big into his music. But our gym conditioners like to control the music sometimes, and they like German techno and stuff like that, which is pretty hectic.
Well, if that's going to motivate anyone to get in and get out, then it's German techno.
You want to get in and out in 20 minutes if you can when that's playing.
Wow, okay. Thank you very much, Elliot, for that one. Which player has the strangest pre-match ritual or superstitions? That's from James in Bath.
I'm not sure many players have that many, to be fair, anymore. None that I've noticed. I tend to always put my left sock on before my right and listen to pretty much the same music before every game. So that's something that I have. I don't know what other boys do, to be fair.
Do you think a lot of the young players today will be going through the same club ritual when they get into the changing rooms as they will with England to make them feel more comfortable?
Yeah, 100%. I think, just getting into a routine before you play is what makes you feel comfortable. And then once you're comfortable, you can, as I said, you can just go out there and let it all unfold and just know and trust your abilities that, you're going to play well.
We are going to play some pretty strong teams, which I think is a huge understatement in these Quilter internationals. What are our expectations as England, or for England as a team?
Obviously having been in and around the squad, I know that they won't be thinking about this from a global perspective. They won't be looking at, the outcome of the 4 games. They'll be looking at it from a week-to-week basis. So this week they'll be solely concentrated on South Africa. And when I say solely focused, I mean completely. They won't have even mentioned New Zealand or the games upcoming. They would have just spoken in detail about how they're going to go about beating South Africa. So I think that's the way that they go about it. Obviously they want to pick up a win today, and that's the most important thing.
Because straight off the back of this, there's Christmas, believe it or not, and then it's the Six Nations, straight into that. So 2 big tournaments, I guess, back to back. It's going to put a lot of pressure not only on the team, but on Eddie as well, results-wise.
Yeah, but this is what we play the sport for. You want to play in these big games, and you want to pit yourselves against the best opposition to show your worth. So from a player's point of view, they'll be relishing this opportunity to play against these big teams, and then to be able to back it up as well, because it's no good playing well one week and then not the next. You've got to be able to back it up in international rugby, and I think that's why players will be so excited about these next few months.
All right, Anthony, thank you very much for this morning. Right. Anthony is going to hang around with everyone in the Blue Room. He's going to be serving some beverages, some crisps, some nuts, and maybe the odd pasty. Going back to his youth, did you ever have a day job? Did you ever have a student job, I guess, when you were growing up?
Luckily, I didn't. I was straight in from 17 full time. The forwards coach Neil Hatley was the coach at London Irish, so he pulled me in. I was actually due to go on a lads' holiday to Ayia Napa when I was 17, and he pulled me from it and made me go on pre-season camp with London Irish.
So you've never been to Ayia Napa? Did you manage to get to Ayia Napa in the end?
No, I didn't. I'm still hurting to this day.
All right, we will make a phone call. We will sort that out, my friend. You can get to Ayia Napa at 45, is that right? I think I can still go. We'll be all right. I'll keep my vest on. You can take yours off because now you've been working on the guns. You've got the body for the beach. Right, thank you very much to everyone in the O2 Blue Room for paying attention. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for tuning in on Facebook Live. We're going to be back after the game with 3 players who will have competed this afternoon against South Africa. And remember, all the podcast, all the content that you could ever dream for is available on O2 Inside Lines channel. So for now, we bid you farewell. We'll see you a bit later.
Yes!